Good evening, everyone. We'll start this podcast in another 30 seconds. Once again, a very good evening, everyone. Welcome to After Hours with William O'Neill India. My name is Rajasekhar Kongari, Equity Research Analyst. Before we go ahead, disclaimer for this podcast is that whatever stocks we discuss in this podcast are intended only for educational purpose, should not be taken as an investment advice. Let's look into how the market played out today. This is a screenshot taken from a major broker in India. This is a 10-minute candle. You can see Nifty had a gap down opening today. Clearly, it was the global cues were negatively impacting the overall market. So, US market has closed negatively yesterday night. So, Indian markets have also taken global cues that are weak, and it has gap down. It started trading around 70,800 level. However, you can see as the session progressed, it was a clear down trading day with some intraday volatility around this point, this area, and in the last half an hour there was some volatility as well. Apart from that, it was, you can see, it was a clear downtrend day. All the highs were sold into whatever highs Nifty was able to trying to make. Again, the market found resistance, and it clearly showed profit booking, and selling pressure has happened. Overall, it was a clear down trading day, and this is the third consecutive session for the Nifty to close in the red. You can see here, this is the Nifty's daily chart taken from MarketSmith India. Also, today Nifty breached its 21 DMA as well, which is a green line. And today's fall is more than 0.2% clearly, and volume was also higher than the previous session, that is a Thursday session. So we are considering today's session as a distribution day. So in this week, we had seen two distribution days. One is on the Wednesday, this candle, and the second one is today's candle. So overall, we have current distribution day count is 3. Tuesday's session was also very volatile and also very bad for the market. However, the volume on the Thursday session was lower than the Wednesday session. So we have discarded Thursdays as a distribution day. Overall, current distribution day count is at 3, and Nifty is trading below its 21 DMA. So there is some slight cautiousness has crept into the market. So that is the reason we have removed few stocks from a model portfolio as well, which are underperforming or showing some signs of weakness. Coming to the sectoral performance, Nifty IT, which has been underperforming recently, has declined more than nearly 7% during this week. That shows the amount of underperformance in the IT space. This is majorly because US market is under pressure, and most of our Indian exports are delivered to US market. So any decline or any signs of recession happening in US market will definitely impact our IT sector. That is the reason IT has been a big underperformer recently. Other sectoral indices like auto, FMCG, pharma, and realty have closed more than 1.5% lower, nearly 1.5 to 3% lower. This shows the magnitude of sell-off happened across the indices. However, on the flip side, you can see Nifty Metal and Nifty Bank have closed higher for the week. Nifty Metal closed 1.8% higher, and Nifty Bank has closed 0.9% higher. Coming to the Nifty 50 gainers and losers in the today's session, there are out of 50 stocks, we have only two gainers today, that is IndusInd Bank and Cipla. This shows the amount of broad-based selling happening in the market. This is not a good sign of this is not a good sign in the market. Currently, market is very dicey and it has become more volatile, and it has come to selling pressure as well. On the losers front, you can see a magnitude of amount of losing also. UPL has declined more than 5%. Tata Consumer, Tech Mahindra, Ultratech Cement have all closed more than 4% lower. Infosys and Tech Mahindra, which belong to IT space, have closed nearly 4%. This shows the amount of magnitude of selling happening in the IT space and overall market as well. And coming to the market status, current distribution day count is at 3, and if there is any other accumulation of distribution day count of any couple of distribution days, the count increases to 5 and Nifty reaches its 50 DMA, we might change the market status to under pressure. In such a scenario, our additions will become more cautious. Like that is, our aggressive nature will come down, and we try to book out stocks from our model portfolio. Today's sector performance, you can see all the sectors have closed lower. Everything is red. You can see on the sectoral front. Nifty real have closed 3.7%. Nifty medium more than 4%. You can see the magnitude of fall happening across the sectors. This is not a good sign. We would like the market to show signs of strength. However, global cues are pointing negative. There is a huge discussion about the recession coming and inflation rate going higher and interest rates also increasing across the market. So these are not good signs of economy. On the macroeconomic front, we want the interest rates to be on the lower side, because if the interest rates are lower, then the capital expenditure will be higher. Companies will be able to afford taking loans and able to spend that money in order to give employment or in order to make their company more efficient. However, in the high interest rate regime, it will be very difficult for them to take fresh loans. So that is the reason the growth will get hampered. So these are the main reasons for recession. The recession talks which are going across the globe, mostly US and Europe. However, overall Indian market is slightly resilient when compared to the overall markets. But however, if the global economy doesn't perform well, definitely there will be negative impacts to the Indian market as well, because now there is a more decentralization happening. There have been imports and exports, lots of trade happening across the country. So if any one country not doing good, then definitely that will impact other country as well. However, that being said, overall we are being very resilient. That is a very good sign. But anything happens, anything that goes north south from here, then that will definitely impact Indian market as well. Some of the key stocks which are under radar today are Spandana Sphoorty, which is an NBFC company, is considering to raise funds in its board meeting on September 21st. IndusInd Bank, which is one of the gainer of Nifty 50 stocks, has gained nearly 2.6% because the bank has reappointed Sumant Kakpalia as its MD and CEO. The market participants have taken it as a good sign, and the stock closed more than 2.5% higher. Goa Carbon has resumed operations production at Bilaspur Unit starting today. This is also a good sign for the company. Patanjali, which has been in the news recently, is expecting the turnover of its group companies to reach 1 trillion rupees in the next 5 years. The group is also planning to list some of its companies on the exchanges as well. Godrej Properties has achieved a sales of over 1,200 crores from 2 project launches in Mumbai. This is also a good sign of real estate building up in Mumbai. For the chart of the day, we have picked Oriental Hotel. I can see the stock is currently trading in a consolidation base. Today, it tried to break out. Intraday, it broke out actually. It traded above its pivot of 76 rupees. However, on closing basis, overall market is not so conducive for fresh investment. So this stock has also been taken profit booking, and it has come under selling pressure. On the closing basis, you can see it has closed on in the lower half of the trading range. However, it has closed lower, that is 0.1% higher. A good thing about this is the base formation has happened at the lower average volume. During the right side of the base, you can see these big candles. indicates a very good amount of accumulation happening in the stock. These are few pointers we look for in a proper base, and we would like these factors to be there in a particular breakout. Coming to its ratings, the stock has very good ratings. You can see EPS of 71 indicates a good fundamentally strong company. RS rating is very good at 84. The stock is also has hit blue dot indicating a good RS rating, and RS line is also showing signs of strength. Accumulation distribution day rating of A minus indicates good accumulation happening in the stock. As pointed out recently also, you can see these blue candles are clearly way above average. That indicates a good accumulation happening in the stock. These are the few technical parameters we look when we are analyzing a stock. Disclaimer again is that we are not advising the stock for buy or sell. We are just educating here about our own methodology. We like the story and we like the company both fundamentally and technically. If the stock gives a good breakout in the coming week, then we might consider it for addition. Thanks for joining today's after hours, and we hope to see you again tomorrow. That is Monday's pre-bill. Have a good weekend.